Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another breakfast chat. We used to have the safe. I can't talk this morning. We used to have the fake sip investigator. Used to chime in on those and timestamp where I did fake sips. It's the obligatory forearm. Again, good reason to do that is seems to upset my haters. Which makes sense because all of their heroes who call me out all lift everything they do with straps. They don't have, so it makes sense. They don't like forearms. So let's talk about being fit as a status symbol. Again, this is one of the reasons I've changed even my own outreach and marketing strategy a little bit. Because that helps me with kind of my target demographic for coaching, but that's its own separate topic. Let's talk a little bit about being fit today being a status symbol, because we live in a world where unfortunately, I'm not saying this is a good thing, that poverty and morbid obesity and being out of shape go hand in hand. Okay? And it's not even physical activity. Not because people are sedentary. How many people who have fairly physically demanding jobs still fall in that category? People who are literally on their feet all day long, right? Who still fall into that category. So that's a problem. All right, so being fit is a status symbol, and we see it everywhere. And I think that's one of the good things that actually comes out of Hollywood. A lot of people try to spin that in a negative direction, that, they're then promoting people being skinny. It's like, we live in a world where being skinny is still going to make you better off on average than the average person in terms of health, even if you're too skinny. And that's a point I used to make years ago that, you can't be too lean. You can't be too thin. There's absolutely a threshold to where it becomes potentially harmful for health, and we have to be aware of that. Okay? But we're now in a world today to where even in that decade that I've started saying that, this problem has become worse and worse and worse and worse. Statistically, in the last 5 years, it has become far more pronounced. We're at a point where it's a good thing to just tell people, let's just promote getting thinner. But being truly fit is really a status symbol. But let's go back over to that other point. You go into the wealthier circles, any upper class circles, and being fit is normal. Right? It's considered to be a status symbol. It's a status symbol. Having a six-pack is a status symbol. Right? Having a belly is considered to be a mark of poverty. I know it's crazy because, roles have reversed there. They've reversed there. But that is how successful we are in the Western world. This is how successful we are. All throughout history, starvation, malnutrition has been the leading cause of death. Okay? Leading cause of death. Why I laugh at the idea of a paleo diet. It's like, come on. Leading cause of death. For hundreds of thousands of years. We've now reached a point where our poorest people can have access to so much resources that they can eat themselves to death with empty calories. Whereas what it comes down to is that people who have more money, they're more educated, access to more, they're going to have access to better information, better medical care, and even their doctors are going to say that. And that's another thing too. That's almost its own topic. You always see clowns all the time, because I have MDs on my friends list and stuff on social media, medical doctors as friends. There's this strange idea in the world that medical doctors just purely are pill pushers. They don't promote health and exercise, right? They don't promote good diet and exercise, except that they do. All the doctors I know of do. They're like, but people won't do it, so we have to prescribe the pills to keep them alive. We tell them that all the time, but they ignore it. They're like, you have 20 patients who all need to fix that. 19 of them are going to ignore it, and you have to put them on the pill, and they're like 1 in 20 will follow through and do something and make a real life change. And then people start blaming the doctors, but the same doctors are the ones telling you, hey, maybe you should eat less sugar and less saturated fat, and you should exercise. Same ones who are prescribing the pills, but they have to keep you alive. They've got to do something, and since you won't do that, it's their only alternative. Right? And that is what I'm told by doctors. So that's the other end of the story. No, it's the population is the problem. But let's get back over to that. Wealthy people tend to be fit. Upper class people tend to be fit. They don't have to be truly wealthy. Right? They tend to be fit. They tend to be in shape. They tend to hire personal trainers. They tend to eat well. They'll buy healthy food. They'll track what they eat. They'll create that in their household. Right? Even if they don't get the best diet, they do whatever fad diets or whatever out there, they still tend to create an environment that cares about health in their household in terms of dietary habits. Right? And this should tell people something. And that's something I would say to people out there also. If you want to be viewed positively in terms of even social status, get into shape. That's a simple reality. Get into shape. You will be treated differently. You will be treated differently. Right? You're more likely to get raises. You're more likely to get the job. You're also more likely to be attractive to other people, to close sales, business deals, right? You're more likely to just be successful in life and to be accepted as successful in life if you are in shape and you're fit and you have a nice body. Simple reality. It's a simple reality, guys. And that applies to everyone out there listening. If you are in shape, you are already in a special category in America or in most of the Western world. Embrace it. Go for it. Get into shape, people. That includes even my fat powerlifting bros. You're not going to be treated as in shape. You're going to be viewed as fit. You will go further in life. In our society, not just be healthier, you will go further in life. Because it's a status symbol. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.